I'm not sure if this is the case for other people, but to me, the radio in GTA is honestly one of the bigger parts of the game. I mean, I don't think I would have loved or even played as much Vice City as I did if I didn't love V-Rock, the radio station in that game. I remember that as a kid, I would literally just drive around in Vice City listening to that station. But it seems that Rockstar might be changing stuff up when it comes to the radio. There was a really prominent music producer that leaked some stuff that is a bit interesting, to say the least. So let's just jump right into it. The guy in question here who did talk about this was this guy, Jermaine Dupri. If I do just scroll down here, he has produced hits for people like Mariah Carey, Usher, Janet Jackson, Ludacris. So he's pretty big. I think he's even won a Grammy. So this guy, has been in the industry for quite a while. He's a pretty big name in the industry. Well, he was on a podcast and they were talking about, I guess, gaming stuff, and GTA actually came up. And this is what he had to say about GTA.
They asked me to do like Grand Theft Auto, and they were saying like Drake got his own radio station on Grand Theft Auto. The way that they getting ready to do it is that Drake can actually upload music that we probably ain't never even heard online or wherever else on that video. Yeah, but I'm saying it's still inside that game. Like you gotta get on your thing to actually play the music. You can't get in the car and hear it, right? I mean, you could if they take it, but I'm saying they're actually trying to make it where it's just like you gotta get in the car that's on that Grand Theft Auto to hear these songs.
So that, I think, is a very interesting thing to hear about GTA 6. Now, I guess technically he didn't specify GTA 6. He just said GTA, but let's be honest, he's talking about GTA 6, especially if someone like Drake is involved. Now, I also want to say I don't think this necessarily means like the curated radio stations are going away. I mean, we're still going to get V-Rock and whatever other radio stations in the game. Although, of course, I do want to point out Laszlo, the guy in charge of the radio for the past GTA games, he left Rockstar a couple years ago. So there is also a small chance that the radio isn't as good as it used to be, but there's like 4,000, 5,000 people working on this game. So I'm willing to bet they know what they're doing when it comes to the radio. But yeah, you're going to get the radio stations we all, normally love. I think this Drake stuff, this custom radio station stuff might be in addition to that. There could even be a paywall, which I'll touch on here in a moment. But the fact that, he was talking about how Drake has his own radio station in the game, that right there is just, it's different. It is very different, especially if it is only Drake music on that radio station. And also the part where he said Drake could then upload stuff like you've never heard before, exclusive to this radio station in the game. That is also very, very interesting. And then that second part where he's talking about, I guess, how Rockstar, they want to make a place where you have to go to listen to the new music. That does sort of check out with what Rockstar's been doing over the last couple of years. Obviously, they have dived into the music scene with their Circo Loco Records, whatever it's called. And over the last couple of years, I know Fortnite's done some big stuff with music artists. So I think Rockstar are trying to emulate that, and they're trying to make this world where you have to go to see and listen to the new music. Now, will that play out how they want it to? We have no idea. But I think that's what it sounds like Rockstar is trying to do. Now, there are definitely some pros and cons to this, and I'll start with the pros. Number one, I do think in theory this is a cool idea. Number one, especially if the game lasts as long as GTA Online did, 10 plus years, I think we're all sick of the music in that game. So having a music station that constantly gets updated or changed, year after year, it is a bit refreshing. And it's kind of nice to have that. So you're not going to hear the same songs over and over and over again for, 10 plus years. Also, in theory, it's kind of cool that there could be these events, maybe like, let's just assume in the GTA Online 2, where you have new music artists or new songs from big music artists releasing in the game. And then, everyone's listening to it at a certain time. Maybe they even tie it into some like concert stuff. I know Fortnite did that again. I'm sure Rockstar are trying to think of ways to tie that into GTA Online. So yeah, that could be another cool thing that could happen. But I also think there are quite a few cons to something like this. Number one, and I think the biggest one, if you don't like the artists, well then this is all just kind of useless. Like, I'm kind of a Drake hater, so having a Drake radio station does not appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. You know, if there was a Kendrick station, I'm listening. And also on that, this would primarily be just for modern musicians. Like, you're not going to get new music from old artists. So having a V-Rock radio station that constantly gets new music, you know, that's just not going to happen. Another con is that you might not get the best music on something like this. Like, is Drake, one of the biggest music people in the world, gonna release an exclusive album to GTA 6 online? I don't think so, because even though GTA 6 might be a huge game, there's just so much more people listening to stuff like Spotify or Apple Music or wherever other places people listen to music. Like, it's cool. It's a cool idea to have an exclusive thing in a game, but you're just not going to get the most popular stuff, I don't think, in the game. Unless Rockstar pays billions of dollars for it, which maybe they have the money to, but I just don't see a world where GTA 6 gets exclusive rights to like the biggest music, you know, at the time. No, that's a minor thing because they could, you know, make it so where it's not exclusive just to GTA 6, but I would imagine many artists probably aren't thinking like, oh, I gotta get my song in GTA 6, even though GTA 6 is huge, like I said. So you're probably gonna end up getting, you know, some of the worst songs, some of the bad songs, and like I said, unreleased songs. Like, they were probably unreleased for a reason. I guess if you're a hardcore fan of people, you know, like Drake, then you would enjoy that. But for a lot of people, it's not gonna be, I would imagine, the greatest music being uploaded to this, you know, exclusive or specific radio station. Another con, since this would be reaching, you know, sort of into the real world, there could be ads, like actual real life ads in this radio station. Not the fake GTA ads that you get on the normal, you know, curated radio stations. There could be actual ads for the artist's album or for the artist companies or something. And that's not a good thing. Like, I don't want to listen to real life ads while I'm driving around in a GTA game. Something like this also could be for the GTA Plus subscription members. Now, that's only a con, I guess, if you're a fan of the artist and you really wanted to listen to that station, then you would have to pay a monthly fee to then listen to that. I could totally see Rockstar doing this. They know no bounds with their greed. So locking these custom radio stations behind GTA Plus definitely sounds like something they would do. And I mentioned Fortnite a few times. Fortnite at the moment sells literal individual songs successfully. I think Rockstar probably also saw that and are like, how can we sell music to people in GTA 6? Now, I know with Fortnite, you're not just like buying a song, there's some gameplay stuff that goes along with it. But still, again, Rockstar sees the greed there and they're like, how can we have that in our game? I mean, at the end of the day, I will say, like, if this is just an additional thing, who cares? I don't really care. It's not going to bother me if this is in the game, especially if they just leave all the other radio stuff alone. But at that point, why not just have some sort of like Spotify link or something? I'm not sure if that's even possible, but wouldn't that just be so much easier if you could just have Spotify linked to your GTA account and that could just be a radio station? So where you could listen to the songs that you want to listen to. I'm sure there's some legality stuff or whatever with that, but it seems like that's something most people would rather than these custom radio stations. But I guess that wouldn't make Rockstar money. So why would they do that? I guess in the comments, you guys can let us know what you think on this. I do actually want to go back to the Pro I mentioned, how it like would refresh the radio stations and that would be cool. But why not also just do that to the normal radio stations? Why would they have these separate artist exclusive or artist specific radio stations that they could update? Why not just add the songs then to, you know, V-Rock or to whatever other, I forget the other radio stations in the game. Obviously it's a leak. It's not official. I mean, I don't think this guy's just straight up lying, but maybe there is more to this. We'll just have to wait and see. I thought it was very interesting though, considering that, again, radio is a pretty big part of GTA games. Rockstar seems like they're wanting to try something a bit different, something a bit new, and we'll just have to, you know, wait and see on how it all plays out. But that is going to do it for today's GTA 6 video. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop it a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA 6 content, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.